What's going on YouTube? HardRawkTCG here with another video today. It's Digimon time. So I live in a state which we're very lucky to have multiple Digimon logos every week, and me being relatively new to the game, as I explained in my last video, I have been trying out different archetypes. Last night was my first ever run at Megazoo. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. It was very mid-rangey, which is not something I'm used to playing in Magic. I typically play aggro or burn strategies, so this was new for me. But the deck seemed relatively straightforward. There was a lot of decisions that needed to be made, and unfortunately, I did not make the correct decision given my lack of experience with this deck. But here's a list I played. It's a pretty standard Sierra Mist list, and I made a couple changes based on what I thought might be good. And it actually ended up being pretty okay. The problem is I did misplay and not play a Valderam when I should have, and then I also messed up with a Kaiser Nail as well. But let me go through the list here, and you can tell me what you think. There are automatically some changes I'd like to be made, but I will explain further. So, without further ado, we start off with 4 of Demi-Vmon. This is specifically for really 2 reasons: to evolve into Vmon, get Vmon, get the draw off of the Digivolve, and the draw off of the because Vmon has jamming, so when you attack, you get to draw a card once per turn. Also, too, it helps us be able to use our blue options. So even if we can't see Vmon, but we have this in the raising area, we can use our Kaiser Nails and our Cocytus Breath. Next is, no surprise here, we have 4 Vmon for the reasons I just mentioned. Vmon's a great attacker as well. Great to have this out on your second turn when you're attacking and getting to draw the card. You just get more card advantage. Then we're playing 8 10 cost for Magnadramon, the vanilla one, the 10 cost 12k, and then 4 Taitamon. So these are just your pretty much green and yellow ways to get into Valderam, and actually green is great because you can also get into regular Chaosmon as well, so that's why I play that. Also too, if you go first, you're not just passing turn. You can actually play these, so I think that's really cool. Next up is the Magnadramon, the good Magnadramon. So it's an 11 cost, and then if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you can trigger Recovery 2. So you place the top 2 cards of your deck into your security, and then when attacking, you may play 1 yellow level 3 Digimon card from your hand without playing its memory cost. So it's pretty sweet. If you're playing the game, you probably know what this card is. This card needs no introduction. Puppetmon, it's insane. Love it. It goes great with the green theme as well. We have 4 Lotusmon. So this card's really cool against like rookie strategies and just them playing any kind of like standalone blocker. It's when your opponent when you or your opponent plays a level 4 Digimon, suspend it. So that's playing, not Digivolving. So if they just play it, it automatically gets suspended. So it's really good for aggressive strategies here. Next, we're playing 4 Magnadramon. This is trigger Recovery 1 when you play it. So it's really good for extra recovery. It's pretty good body too, which is sweet. Next, we have the awesome level 7s here. We have Chaosmon 3. Now, this card is interesting. So it has Piercing, and then when Digivolving, you can unsuspend this Digimon, then it can attack your opponent's Digimon, and then this effect allows you to attack unsuspended Digimon. So this works well with essentially you swing with one of your greens, and then you can play this, unsuspend, and attack, even if the memory goes over to your opponent. So you get that effect. The attack, the extra attack is the effect, and it does still get Piercing, which is cool. So this card is really good. I am actually going to bump this up to 4 probably, because I don't think I saw it enough for the amount of ways to evolve it I had. So I'm going to bump that up to 4, and then of course 4 Valderam, because it's insane. You just get potentially to get a 2 for 1 or a 3 for 1 in some cases, and then on deletion you gain 3 memory. So it's really sweet. The last Digimon of the deck is Shakomon. So Shakomon is great because anything that's not Digivolve, anything that doesn't have a Digivolution card, gets security attack -1. So it's really good for rookie strategies. Quite honestly, this was kind of weird. I didn't like it. Playing this actually lost me a game because I don't know why. I was blanking, and I actually had a Valderam in my hand, and I could have trashed 2 of his Digimon, but for some reason I played the Shakomon. I'm just not really familiar, and I just blanked on that. So my own fault, but I'm probably going to at least go down one, maybe leave the other two in. I'm not sure yet. But next, we're going to move to the options. We have 4 Cocytus Breath. It's return one of your opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand, and that's what it does. It's sweet to hit it in security because it can kind of throw your opponent off tempo. But that's kind of why, that's where we want it. We want it in security. We don't want to play this card hard play. So next we have 3 Kaisernail. So this is probably my favorite card in the entire deck. It is dead, probably I'd say 50% of the time. But what's awesome is if you have, let's say you have a Lotusmon, right? And the past turn it had Digivolve, or no, let's not take Lotusmon. Let's take with an on-play effect. So let's say you have Magnadramon, and then you let's say you have it of Digivolve on Valderam here. So you can attack on the turn that you have it, then play Kaisernail, and then you essentially get to move one of the Digivolution cards. You can just play it. So then it gets the on-play effect. So it's really sweet. This card, it just generates such huge advantage. You get to do it with so many different things. You could do it with anything with on play. There are times where I've Digivolved this on top of Shakomon and then Kaisernailed. So it's really cool. You can just choose a Digivolution card, place under one of your Digimon, and play it as another Digimon without paying its memory cost. So it's super cool. However, 4 is kind of bricky. I started off at 4, now I'm at 3. Next, we have essentially 3 Flower Cannons, 1 Flower Cannon and 2 Needle Spray. I'm going to actually go up to a 4th one. I should say a 2nd Flower Cannon, just because I don't feel like I saw this card enough, and I feel like it was really good. We're playing enough green where it's actually pretty solid. So I'm going to go up one of those, probably take out a Shakomon, and then just 2 TK. So my idea with TK was to pull stuff out of security, yellow stuff, but unfortunately a lot of the time I actually wasn't getting any yellow, weirdly enough, and maybe that's just because of RNG. But I don't know. I'm going to cut this card because I'm playing so many level 10s that I don't really need the extra 3 memory. If I was playing like Lucemon, which I'm not, if I was playing a lot of like the bigger guys, like 12 and 13s, I would, but I'm really not. I'm playing 10s and 11s. So I think I'm probably going to cut these. I'm still figuring out what to do. Definitely cutting a Shakomon for Flower, and then I was thinking about a TK for a Chaosmon. I'm not really too sure yet. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This was my first run at Megazoo. I did go 2-2, so not an impressive record, but it felt pretty strong most of the time. I felt pretty good most of the time. There was just situations where, I was playing against very good players. We have a very, very good player base, all excellent players coming from different games like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic. It felt pretty strong, but I'm not as well experienced with the deck. So if you have any thoughts, suggestions, any ways I could change it, please let me know. I'm going to have more deck profiles and more kind of tournament reports like this. So I really appreciate your feedback, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy Megazoo, enjoy Digimon, and more stuff to come. Thanks so much, guys.